Hi all memory superheroes. This lesson is for memory recall aspirants who want to learn faster and want to achieve maximum in their life by keeping all their limitations behind. I am your memory coach CD. In our section that is wisdom from experts, we have on the show Miss Priya Day. If I have to tell you about Miss Priya, Priya is a 51-year-old happily separated single woman of today's world. She has held many senior positions across various industries like aviation, hospitality, banks, call centers, corporate trainings, and even business development. She is an independent person who lives life on her own terms and has no regrets ever of anything she has done. She is from an army background and has traveled all across India, which is one of her passions also. And she has seen many countries also. She is known for taking care of her dear and near ones with high energy, willingness to help anyone in any kind of need at any time. She has highly positive nature, a never give up spirit and ability to spread laughter all over. And she is extremely fun loving and open minded. Priya is an animal welfare activist also, and she assists charities in regular manner. She is an informal counselor for troubled minds, and she takes care with the name. She has a business with the name under the name Mind Shorter. She shares her wisdom in the form of blog writing, and she hopes her article on life shall inspire a lot of readers. So let's welcome Priya on the show. Welcome, Priya.
Hi, and firstly, thank you so much for this opportunity. I have to tell you that it is one of my dreams that is coming true thanks to you reaching out and giving me this opportunity to go live and probably reach out to a different assorted audience in this very tough corona, scary, unreal times, which has again hit us so badly this time. I hope everybody is staying safe and taking all precautions possible. That's all I want to say right now. And do take out time and hear whatever I have to say from my life's personal and professional experience. Hopefully it will help and inspire and motivate some of you, because life is just one journey and it goes on despite anything that we have to face. And thank you again for getting me on this channel. It's really nice.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you for your time, and thank you for coming on the show. So if you allow me, should I start with my first question? I have certain set of questions for you. I think those are not that tough, but then you have to decide. So if you allow me, should I start? Yeah.
Please go ahead, and looking forward, and I will answer absolutely truthfully from my life's experience, from the heart. That's the best way.
Yes, definitely.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So the very first question which I want to ask you is, what's one thing you wish you had known when you began your career? That one thing which you would have known, then your career could have been at some other place. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
So when I started my career, is that okay to understand it like that? When I started?
Yes. From very start.
So the one thing that I would I wish I had known and thought of a little maturely and wisely at that time was, I wish I had known where am I headed, what do I want 5 years from now, and where do I want to see myself, which is a very typical common interview question. But at that time, so many years ago, I was obviously that much younger. You don't take it seriously. You just get a first job after your graduation and you're very excited that you've got a first job. So I wish I had known what I want 5 years from now when I joined, that is my first job. I would have made definitely some very major different decisions and maybe changed the course of my career. But again, no regrets is one of my life's formula.
Right. Yes. Thank you. And this is going to help a lot of people who's going to start their career right now. They have certain plans. Yeah, they should have certain plans.
They must have clear plans and stick to it and do whatever best they can to achieve those plans and put in their very best, 110%. That really helps.
Yes, very true. So with this, the second question is, what is your biggest failure, or I should say, what is your biggest learning, and what did you learn from it?
My biggest failure, regret, mistake, whatever you want to call it, whatever suits everybody, was probably very impulsively and very quickly without thinking through of the future and thinking through of the consequences ahead of me. I resigned from a very large, very famous Indian financial institute.
Okay.
You have to sometimes think through. You have to think that in a long span of decades of your overall holistic picture of your career graph, sometimes it's okay not to get a top rating. Sometimes it's okay and it's a good learning and a wake-up call to get a mediocre or an average or a, just about okay performance appraisal or rating, what you call it. And it should not impact you. And because of that and because of what people might say and perceive you and judge you as, you should not take a wrong professional decision, which sometimes we are human, we do take. So I wish I had thought through a little ahead and not done that. Also learned in the professional world, as you grow senior, perception is reality, which we don't realize when we are junior, but it's definitely very, very critical to keep this in mind as you grow and as you become a senior leader. Perception is reality. So what you show yourself and what your image is in the professional life should be very well thought through and largely professional, I would say. Because that is how you will be taken to a large extent, even when you're performing. And that's natural, right? We are humans, so that's natural. Sometimes it's good to keep your personal and professional image and strategy separate because it's not required. So we are humans and it overlaps because what you're outside at home, you will be like that in your nature and leadership style professionally in the office. But if you can, as you grow senior, keep it a little demarcated and separate without too much of overlap, it will definitely help you professionally. That's what I learned.
Yes, very true. Yeah, right. Impulsive decisions are not always right, but then sometimes it helps. So maybe it would have not worked for you. Yeah, great advice. Yeah. So with this, we have reached to the third question. What advice would you give someone? If you have to give one advice, what advice would you give to someone wanting to pursue a career similar to yours? If you want to pursue a career like yours. Yeah.
So, good, difficult question, but good question. So my career is largely hotels, aviation, airline, hospitality, customer service, business development, a lot of corporate training. So if you just think carefully for a second also, imagine all these lines of businesses, you have to look very professional, you have to be very well turned out, your communication has to be top level, you have to be very confident, articulate, high energy and positive. So I would say very, very high energy. Always be open to new ideas. Willingness to learn even from people who are much younger than you, whatever your age will be. Respect the millennials because now today is a millennial day and age. I'm from a very different era. So respect them, be open to learning from them and have an extremely highly optimistic attitude. Never give up. Eventually, like I'm sitting here getting interviewed by you, seriously, this is a live example. And again, thank you to you totally. Really, biggest thank you. Never give up. Carry on thinking that, you want this, Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. You may fall 50 times. I have got up the 51st time, not given up, not looked back, and again carried on. And eventually, I have got what I wanted, and you will eventually join the dots. In the long
run. Very true. Yes, very true. Yeah. You have to be positive and you should take good care of yourself and you should be presentable. Yeah. If you are, if you want to be in service industry. Yeah.
Confident.
Yes. You're confident.
And be honest, very, very honest always. Whatever happens in life, be honest. And don't change your core personality because that's what you are as a person. And we are all unique people.
How you look, you should show that to the world.
Come across. It should not be artificial and always learn the positives from somebody else. Be open to learning, admit defeat. If you have made a mistake, say, yes, my mistake. I'm willing to learn. I did not do. That's a lot.
Thank you. With this, the fourth question is, what are the best resources that have helped you along the way? You would have got some resources which would have helped you in your total journey. So what are those resources if you have to tell?
So I would say something similar, which I've already answered in the last question. Also professionally, very supportive bosses who were open to new ideas, used to give a lot of freedom. Lot of my international travel and exposure has definitely helped me a lot in my professional and personal journey, traveling alone to certain new countries and just experiencing the culture, the people, and adapting, mixing with the locals, learning as much as you can, being on their level, trying to absorb whatever they are learning, not, saying I'm from India and I can't eat Indian food. I know everybody may not be able to do this. I'm just giving a small example. So basically blending with them, and as as they say, doing as the Romans do. So those are some of the resources. Again, I would underline and repeat one thing again, if you don't mind. Nothing can beat a positive attitude. It will cut through any crisis, anything you can encounter. Today, of course, Corona is all about being positive, not getting stressed. So if you actually are very, very positive and optimistic and enthusiastic, it will cut through literally anything that hits you in life. And that's my personal formula for life.
Yeah. If you're reaching somebody, if you're talking to some new person, and if you're not smiling, if you're not positive enough, he's not going to connect with you. That's very true.
Absolutely. There's no impact at all. And he will not be interested after like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
Absolutely. You have to engage with the person at his level.
Yeah. Great advice. So fifth question is, who are the three people if you have to name only three people, who are the three people who have been the most influential to you? Those have actually made you to take the whole journey, or have motivated you that you are good enough, you can do that, Priya. Whom you can name, or who can be those three people for you? Yeah.
Yes, very, very well said, because it's very important to have very supportive, positive people around you, even in times of your hardest times and failure.
Right.
So three people right on top of the mind: my mother.
Okay.
Second is a very, very close friend who's more than family, who I started my professional journey with 31 years ago. Extremely supportive, always positive, always made me laugh even in the most stressful situations, personally and professionally. Big inspiration for me, settled abroad now. And the third person, it's so strange, you see, as I say never is one of my formulas. Somebody I met not even 5 months ago. At this age and stage, you feel, you've learned everything, you can give yarn, there's nothing to learn. Somebody who's a very, very, very inspirational person in my life, a colleague, a professional and personal mentor, who happens to be just 2 years younger than me, but he's a global HR, very, very senior leader. He actually, also a very close friend and an ex-colleague now, actually kicked me out of my comfort zone in every way, which I thought, let it be, jo ho gaya life mein, ab relax karo, thoda corona hai, don't do anything. As I said, it's so strange. That's why I just met him not even 5 months ago, and he has made one of the largest, most positive, outstanding, beautiful contributions in my life by really kicking me out of my comfort zone and saying, you can do it, you have so much to give, just go ahead and you will really do brilliantly.
Brilliant. Good one. So he has actually increased your horizon. He has actually given you more space, that this is not your comfort zone. You have to increase your comfort zone.
Yes, and you can do it, and this is no age to feel, relaxed and all, because there's so much more you can do to bring to the table. So carry on doing it, and I've realized that unless you stretch yourself, you can't realize your capability unless you stretch yourself in every
way. Right. And age is just a number.
Oh, that 110%. In my case, you can say that again and again, really. I don't even think of it.
Yes, definitely.
In fact, a lot of people say that sometimes, you come on now, Priya, act your age, and what is this? And you're always laughing and you're saying such silly things, but that's what is this
life is all about.
Yes. Otherwise, so then it would be very dull and boring, and very no energy, no enthusiasm for life, no humor. It has to be a combination of all things,
everything,
which of course are part of your character and personality, which you utilize and maximize on your strengths and learn and improve your weaknesses.
Yes, very true. Yeah, great. So the next question is, what is one common myth about your profession? You are being into service industry, so there'll be many myths. So what is one common myth that you want to debunk today? That this myth doesn't exist. It is not there. People are still fearing that I shouldn't join service industry. This is the problem. I will not be able to cope up with the staff, with the people, with the bosses. So what that myth you want to debunk? Yeah.
Very good question again. Service industry, and if I may say so and be honest, because there'll be lots and lots like me, single person in India. So I'll combine both my personal experience. Always happy, always positive, बहुत पैसे हैं, always host so well, living in Goa, which I am now, even though I'm basically from Delhi, and prior to this, I lived in Hyderabad for many, many, many decades with my last two professions. Now I've shifted to Goa. So, you know, Goa, so of course, total image is party place, relax, you're retired there. You know, you really have no stress because you don't have children, you don't have a family, you don't have a husband. Absolutely wrong. When you're alone, you have to take care of 101 things, every aspect of your life, single-handedly. So it's actually that much tougher. I'm not saying that having a family is easy, not at all, but that's a different scenario of life altogether. Sometimes you don't even, you know, have somebody to voice your problems to. Sometimes you're not well and you say, my God, you have to get up and take medicine on your own. It requires an infinite, huge amount of internal courage and spirit and determination to carry on positively month on month, year on year, and still achieve your dreams. So that's a very wrong myth. I know it's natural. Probably if I was on the other side, I may have also felt it. And also because you come across as very, very positive and well turned out and high energy and confident. So people are be switching it. It's natural human nature.
Yes.
That's very wrong because they must step back and put themselves in the other person's shoes and think that there's a very, very different side and there's a separate story of this person's life behind this great smile and this great look and enthusiasm.
Yes, definitely. Both the things have their own set of challenges. Being alone and being in family. Yes.
Both have pros and cons.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
You have to just make the best of what you have. Just carry on. Life is a journey. Don't think too much, don't analyze too much, and don't get stuck. Just get up and move ahead.
Yes. But then you have a lot of positivity. And this is actually, I can see while talking to you. Yes, great. If my viewers or the viewers of this channel and listeners want to connect with you online, where they can find you? You told us about your Mind Shorter. So where they can find you?
Yeah, more than happy. They can absolutely connect WhatsApp, Telegram, SMS, call if need be directly on my cell phone. And they can also email me on priyaday05@gmail.com, all small letters.
Okay.
Anytime. More than happy to help. I have helped and counseled a lot of troubled minds in the last few years. Even though I'm not a psychiatrist, I don't have any specific medical degree, but I've done it out of my personal experience of life, and people have come to me. Before Corona, I used to call people home, and it has helped them. Some professionals, some were depressed, some single girls, some, you know, all kinds of issues, some married lady, etc., etc. So I have helped them apparently, and I'm more than happy to help because it's all about your experience.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
And this time especially, why not? More than happy to help anytime.
I'll take all your information and I'll share with my viewers and listeners so that they can connect with you online, because your experience definitely going to help them. Like I am enjoying this whole process, this interview. So definitely people who are actually want help are definitely going to get something out of it.
Nice. That's really nice of you. Thank you. That's nice. Good to hear.
Yeah. So I don't think this question is going to be a hypothetical thing for you. But then if there's no limiting beliefs in your life, what can change in your life if you become completely free from all the limiting beliefs? Nothing is stopping you. So how your life
You're right. You're right. Absolutely right. Very smart. It is slightly hypothetical because I have already taken a very tough decision, presuming and breaking all barriers of judgment, beliefs, log kya bolenge, what will they think, you know, what my closest friends and family think. It took time. It wasn't easy. Initially, I didn't do it because I also wasn't comfortable and sure and confident that will I be able to do it? And literally, what will people say? Because that's the way we are. And that's the way, you know, we think, and there's nothing wrong in it. It's just our value system.
Right.
So breaking all these boundaries, as you say, 2 years ago, I moved to Goa, and that was literally living one part of my dream at this age and stage of life. I always dreamt to live in a place which was open, very pure, very natural, by the ocean, by the water, because I just absolutely love the ocean. I can sit there for 24 hours with nobody and just keep staring at the water. It's so relaxing and soothing to me. Yes, of course, it's a very calming, de-stressing thing in any case. So actually, I have already done what you're asking me, but there is some more to do personally and professionally. So hopefully, I will be able to do it and then not think it, even if the neighbor is saying or somebody else is saying, I don't care at all. My life, my decision, and I'm ready to face the consequences of it very, very happily and positively. Good, bad, or ugly, it cannot be all good. So,
Yes. Yeah, agreed.
Sense.
No, but little tweak. I was saying that if you have no limiting beliefs, nothing is going to stop you. How your life is going to be. Like now you are living on your terms. You are you have dreamt of living in Goa or some place which is near to ocean or near to water. So if there nothing will stop Priya, so how a life of Priya is going to be?
Largely, I think, understanding. Largely, I think the same, but definitely little more, 100% and more freedom in the mind, mentally and emotionally. That if I go out like this, or if I just pack up and disappear for 2 months and switch off my phone, what will people say? I want to reach that stage. If there were no limitations or beliefs, I would reach that stage. It's not easy. It's not at all, actually very tough, intense. There are people who do it. But then it's extreme. They'll be like, oh, ashram chale gaye, ya Himalayas chale gaye. No, I'm not saying I want to go to an extreme. I just want to, let's say not connect and detach more and, do things my way. And it will be very tough because I'm actually in the other side. It may be a little confusing. I'm a huge people's person. I'm more than happy to help anybody, anytime who calls me for anything under the sun. In fact, my friends call me just dial informally. So sometimes I feel I want to take a break from that and just do nothing and just literally, as you say, I don't even know right now what to think. But that would be one thing I would like to do, just without thinking. Now, if I do it with thought, still aayega mind. Because it's natural, right? So I don't know whether it's possible ever in this life, but one decision was moving to now. Let's see what happens. But largely, I'm living now after a lot of effort and determination and strength and positivity, a life that I'm happy and very relaxed. And I've reached a stage where I'm doing a lot of things that I wanted to long ago, but could not. So I've definitely reached a certain elevation, even in my mind and in my quality and structure and the way I think. So I'm happy, but it's all your own efforts. God helps those only who help themselves. Nobody can do it.
Very true. Great. And somebody who's a people's person, it is little difficult, but then also you can definitely do it.
I'm a people's person. I can't say no to anybody. Sometimes it's not good personally and professionally. But still, sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody for one day. So I don't know if it's making sense because I need that, that zen, as I call it, one of my favorite words, and the time out. Probably recharge
your batteries,
to again be there for everybody. Whatever you call it. That's important. Sometimes you just don't feel like even talking or touching the phone, and it's very, very important.
Very true. Yeah, Priya. So I hope I would have even more questions I would have asked it to you, but then my question has paired out. I love talking to you. It was a great interview, but then I think we have to stop somewhere. So this is the time where we.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I'm happy to hear that, and again, thank you so much. Really, thank you.
I should say thank you.
So
thank
maybe
you for
next
your
time
time.
if there isn't.
Yes, definitely.
Never say never.
Thank you very much for your time. And so here we'll stop this interview and I'll share the details.
Thank you so much. And
my viewers.
Yes, thank you all. The best to everybody. Stay safe. Hope this will pass soon.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.